Thank you. Everybody keep it going for your host tonight, Kanye West. Kevin, out of all the comedians I've seen over the years, you've had one of the strangest careers. I've admired your work and your career throughout, your whole career. From your comedy specials to Husbands of Hollywood to the 2012 VMAs. I love it all. The only off-putting thing is that you're the only person who tried to make a catchphrase out of somebody's name. I really feel sorry for anybody who's called Mitch. So tonight, as always, I'm still going to be bringing it my all, but tonight's all about forgiveness. For forgiving myself for how much I have personally judged and opinionated some of these people's careers. I mean, let's look at the dais. Chris D'Elia, Hannibal Buress, Pete Davidson. Don't we have enough nobody stand-up hacks like Jeff Ross here? We also got Kevin, Ludacris, Snoop, and Shaq. I mean, I know the last roast was super white, but do we really need to urbanize this one anymore? In fact, Shaq and... yeah. In fact, Snoop and Ludacris, you guys are like John Legend's career. You haven't had a hit in 7 years. Oh, by the way, Martha, I just want to apologize for any of the disgusting things I say tonight. I'm genuinely terrified that you said yes to this. You must have thought that this was the Comedy Central roast with Justin Bieber. I think you're only here to relate to Bieber because you've both been behind bars. You've been off my nostalgia radar all my life, so I don't really have much else to say. Chances are you're probably going to be a riot being such an epic fail tonight. I have no idea who Chris D'Elia is or how popular he is. I found out he did a character on an episode of Workaholics. Like, seriously, Workaholics? Who gives a fuck? More like Lazy Boys, am I right? The only person more undateable than me is you. By the way, I loved you in This Is 40. I guess Pete Davidson's here to send Justin Bieber directly to jail for straight up obliterating guy code. No, Pete, I'm joking. I am seriously a huge fan of Wild Now. Pete also recently joined the cast of SNL as the youngest featured player ever. Your run on SNL is going to be shorter than Sarah Silverman's. And then there, of course, there's Hannibal Buress. I've only seen your stand-up special, Animal Furnace, one time. Your delivery is slower than a sloth raising a turtle. I'd rather listen to Anthony Jeselnik talk about how 9/11 was a terrific day for the terrorists. The only reason Shaquille O'Neal's here is to make Kevin Hart look like a Tic Tac. Holy Christ, you're tall. You make Paul Bunyan look like a midget. You're also another celebrity who's had a bad track record over the last year or two. I mean, out of Kazam, your rap career, Shaq Fu, and countless other things, you've made worse career decisions than Fred Savage. Shaq does have a great place in roast history, though. Everybody's seen that Doug Williams clip on YouTube 1,000 times. I'm just praying Jamie Foxx isn't here tonight. Shaq has had an impressive run as a basketball player. Yes. I've skimmed through your basketball history on Wikipedia. You've been passed around more times than one of Snoop Dogg's blunts. Oh, Shaq, I love how you brought your little chihuahua here with you too. Oh wait, that's just Natasha Leggero, my bad. Let me just go through her track record because I know people don't know her that well. She co-starred in the second season of Joe Schmo playing a drunk party girl. To be honest, she didn't even play a character in that show. She also voiced the character on Daniel Tosh's Brickleberry. Did Daniel Tosh even need you for that show? He could have easily replaced you with Kathleen Turner. And then, of course, all Comedy Central fans remember that show, Ugly Americans. Your role as Kelly Magabone was made solely for unattractive golems in South Carolina that have whack-off material on Rule 34. Now it's Snoop Dogg, everybody, huh? Snoop Dogg. Hey, nobody can deny the fact that Snoop Dogg has had one of the most decorated hip-hop careers in the last 3 decades. I'm also a huge fan of the Scary Movie series. Anybody here see Scary Movie 5? Your cameo was so great in that. I guess you like co-starring with whack-ass white people who think they're good rappers. But, I mean, let's look at his recent career. I mean, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion. I mean, come on, Snoop. You've switched persona so much we should just call you Puff Puff Pass Daddy. No, but really, Snoop, I'm really looking forward to your Vanilla Ice jokes later. Anyway, we have another hip hop artist tonight. Good to see Nelly here. And I'm just kidding. Ludacris has been one of the more memorable stars of music and film over the past decade. With all the big hits you've had, Baby is your shittiest feature. I mean, come on. I don't mean to sound lowbrow and offensive, but let's be honest. A baby could write a better Baby verse. And let's not forget that Ludacris is also an actor too. How many fucking Fast and Furious films are you guys gonna make? Of course, with those films, you become good friends with Vin Diesel, who's a worse lip syncer than Britney Spears. Speaking of people who shaved their heads for notoriety, it's great to see Jeff Ross here, back on the roast, looking shittier than ever. I am a huge fan of these roasts. I've seen every Comedy Central roast more than a dozen times. In case you don't know, Jeff Ross has produced the last 3 roasts too. And I assume he picks the dais as well. If your whole idea is to make yourself look good, why don't you just cast a group of Dobermans?
Evan.
What? I'm filming.
I'm dying.
I'll be there in 10 minutes. Once again, like normal, you know, she always has to interrupt every video I make. But seriously, let's get back to the atmosphere here. Jeff Ross, what the fuck are you wearing? That bathrobe suit? I mean, come on, you look like huge Jeffner. I'm also sick of when you laugh at your own jokes before they finish them. I'd rather watch Joan Rivers interviewing Leonard Nimoy in hell. Actually, Jeff hasn't been doing very good. He's had to make money on the side since Shaq raised the rent on his shoe. Talk about a rough winter, huh? But listen, I'm not going to harp on Jeff Ross anymore because he's like the Kojak of comedy. And now on to our guest of honor, my favorite artist to surprise me and impress me over the last 5 years. Somebody I have a ton of respect for. A fellow lyricist like me, who I'm a fan of and want to be colleagues with. The great Cliche. Oh wait, never mind, it's just Justin Bieber. What happened? Was Fred unavailable? Justin, you are my worst nightmare. Every morning I wake up thinking your career is invisible. I have never taken your music seriously. I think you've stayed in the public spotlight just to make Harry Styles look talented. Early in his career, Justin refused to be part of the Disney pop universe, but I think you should have done that. Your early work sounds like early Disney or modern day Disney pop anyway. I'm surprised they haven't done a Glee episode of you yet. But ultimately, some manager I've never heard of named Scooter Braun and mentor support from R&B half hitmaker Usher catapulted this nobody hack to the top of the pop charts. Nobody's been this peer pressure force famous since Hanson. As everybody's aware, I'm a freelance parody songwriter, and I've been thriving off the pop culture juggernauts for more than a decade now. Like many people around my age who weren't familiar with your music, when I heard that you made a song called As Long As You Love Me, I got suckered into thinking it was a Backstreet Boys cover. I've only heard a few songs of yours. Your only listenable song is that Craptastic Baby. That video has 1 billion views on YouTube. I don't really have any jokes for that. I just think it's a useless piece of future Trivial Pursuit trivia. Speaking about Baby, I think it's sort of ironic that at 21 you haven't had 3 of them by now. As for your advance in movies, I tried watching Never Say Never 3D. My God, what a piece of crap. It had me going, bury this forever. Put it this way, I'd rather watch a Jersey Thor marathon. Let me do that joke again. Put it this way, I'd rather watch a Jersey Shore series marathon. Justin has had some of the worst hairstyles in recent years. Back in 2009 to 2010, your hair looked like your mom decided to give you a bowl cut. I bet you thought to yourself, this looks gonna attract the ladies. I look Beatle-rific. I've never understood why people believed a chick-repellent haircut on an attractive male could actually become a popular trend. After you changed up your hairstyle, it looked more like that seagull Rosie O'Donnell had attached to her head in 2003. And of course, Justin's gotten in trouble over the past couple years to pad this shitty roast. I mean, let's get real here. You've had worse... let's get real here. You've had a worse career downward spiral than Amanda Bynes. Throughout your celebrity status, you've gotten tattoos, piercings, and even hung out with hip-hop names like Lil Wayne, Lil Chucky, Lil Twist, Lil Cease, Lil Jon. You've forced more working relationships upon more people than Willy Wonka. I couldn't help noticing in that egg promo that you have a tattoo across your right shoulder that spells the numbers 1975. What, is that supposed to be the year you wish you were born, or the jail cell number you wish you regretted getting in? Yeah, he's got arrested for stuff like beating up a paparazzo, pissing in janitor's buckets, egging people's houses. I mean, the list goes on. You've done everything but good music. I saw the mugshots from that one incident. You took a more off-putting mugshot than Michael Jackson. The only difference is you had a childhood. Of course, it's a no-brainer that everybody's going to talk about your relationship with Selena Gomez. I mean, I've never seen a faker tabloid relationship than Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. I mean, come on. Taylor Swift had better relationships than you. I mean, seriously, why the fuck are you so popular? I mean it. I have a longer career than you. How the fuck do you do it? How? You know what? I actually figured it out watching that As Long As You Love Me music video. You're like any Disney villain. You just give every girl those hypnotizing eyes and sing some cryptic messages. Why is it that when you do that, you're a pop sensation, but when I do the same, I get labeled a creep? You've brainwashed a generation of teenage girls, and you're making them grow up into a Nazi-like cult of pedophilic rapists. But in all seriousness, I decided to do this roast because it gives me an opportunity to let bygones be bygones. Obviously, you're one of the most talked about musicians in recent years. And all bullshit aside, I hope you keep up whatever semblance of good work you have going on. By me being here to roast you tonight, it gives me the chance to really want to try to respect you as an artist. Even though it pains me to say this, the fact that you agreed to this roast, the fact that you wanted to roast as much as I wanted to roast back in December of 2009 is proof that you can take a joke as much as or better than anyone. And you're willing to show the world how really mature you want the world to see you. And that's pretty respectable in my eyes. I know you don't know me that well, but we'll exchange back catalogs and work something out. Thank you for having me, Justin. Thanks, everybody. Good night.